Thank you guys for watching the Animal One Guy YouTube videos. If you like this video, please leave a like and even comment below. And if you like all my content, please hit the subscribe button. And why not click the bell icon for notifications too? That way you can see all my videos. Give me the ball. Oh, hey Reptile Rescue family. We got it. We got another bearded dragon rescue. Man, oh man. This poor little dude. We're gonna go through everything. Yes, he's in a fish tank. That's pretty normal. We're not gonna worry about the actual type of tank, but there's a lot wrong here. And I got a premise, like I do in all my rescues. These are good people. They just maybe weren't educated enough. They just didn't know. They're moving out of state. They surrendered him. We'll get to that. They wanted to have a better life. Okay, let's see what we can do. So there's a lot wrong here, right? There's a lot wrong with this setup. I'm assuming I got all the accessories. We'll break down what it is that's wrong. Everything that's going on here. This does have a screen top. I've just taken it off for this video. But let's start with our rough breakdown of the habitat, the accessories. Then we're going to take a look at this dragon. It was a little cool because, you know, he was here for a drive. So I'm letting him kind of heat up to room temperature. And then by the time this video is done, then I'll put some lights on. I'll redo his tank, but I'll keep him in this tank for his scent and everything. And then I'll end up moving him to a bigger, better tank. But we'll use this as his quarantine tank for now. So what do we have? So we have a fish tank. Looks to be a 20-gallon, not a 20-gallon long. So your standard big 20-gallon. And we have a humidistat, which cannot be working because it says 70% humidity. And it's not. I mean, this is wide open, so that must be broken. We have a temperature gauge. There's Mongo in the background. Look at that fat man. And the temperature gauge is pretty accurate. It looks like it says 70, 72, which that's accurate. That's the room temperature that I'm at. So, what is wrong with this dragon? That's going to be the key, right, with this setup. Guys, take a second, look, get back to me. We're going to look at everything that he has here. So, we have a nice little Pokemon bucket here with a pooper scooper. This has got to be for, I'm assuming, when he poops, scoop, dump in. Omnivore mix from Zilla. It's got a bearded dragon on it. Ready, instant, just add water. You know, this is like, this is not bad. People are really against it. You know, it's dehydrated greens and things like that. Carrot pieces, yellow squash, banana, you know, it's just, it's not really needed, but this is not good or bad. This is interesting, because this stuff, if you don't follow the directions on this stuff, is not good. So this is from Reptile. This is adult bearded dragon food. This is much better than the Flukers, because there is no fish meal in it, which is bad for bearded dragons. But guess what is in it? And I'll see if you guys can see it. It's probably going to be real reflective. You'll just have to take my word for it. There's dried beet pulp. And why is that bad? It is bad because that can give them heavy constipation. Now, so much so that in this thing, the ingredient, the feeding instructions, because this has feeding instructions, the feeding instructions say moisten the food in water or fruit juice. My goodness, fruit juice. Offer slightly more food than your bearded dragon can eat. Use fresh greens and mealworms and crickets as treats. But this should be your staple, your daily. But then look, provide adequate fresh water daily. Yes, because if your bearded dragon doesn't drink from a water bowl and you feed a ton of this and you don't really moisten it, that dried beet pulp will cause impaction. Here is the fixture that was above the tank, right? It was sitting right on the ledge. I don't know if this is a forever fixture, but if we look, we definitely do not have any type of UVB. We have probably a mini normal heat light and then a red heat light. I don't know if the red was just used at night or if it was just in conjunction to get heat down into the tank, but neither of these are UVB producing. And this isn't a super big tank, so you could have done this with a 15% CFL for sure. And you could have done this with a mercury vapor bulb for sure. Probably at this distance with a hammock, 100 and if the bearded dragon was going to sit at the bottom, 125, maybe 160, no more than that. Definitely not a 200 water. What's wrong with the tank now? This is the tank that the bearded dragon came in as a baby, and these logs actually, when not shipping, were normally like corner to bottom. Not good, because a bearded dragon that's older is not going to climb a log, a thin log like this, up. That hide is much too small, but again, that was probably the height of when this was a baby. The sand is this fine, fine sand that, you know, you can see. Look at where I drew right there. Like, dust is everywhere. That gets in the eyes, the nose, the ears, and can be bad, can lead to impaction. But look at how the food is there. The food is just on the sand. Well, the bearded dragon, of course, is going to eat some sand. I am shocked this thing doesn't have impaction. Now, let's think of another thing. I don't see any calcium or multivitamin powdered supplements. Again, I don't know if I was given everything. Maybe they just ran out. Maybe there was a UV bulb in there and it just burned out. Hi, little dude. Oh, shoot. Mongo just fell. He was trying to look at this dragon while looking to the side. But so that dragon's definitely going to eat substrate with that, and also he's not going to eat all of that. Maybe some pieces will get buried in the substrate. There's a lot ways to harbor a lot of bacteria. But guess what? What does that look like? That's spinach. Spinach is pretty bad for them. I mean, you can give them a couple pieces as a treat, but it will bind calcium in the food, will not let it get released into the bloodstream, will not allow it to be synthesized and absorbed by the bones in conjunction with vitamin D3, and you have a risk for MBD. So something was going on here where hopefully it wasn't being fed spinach all the time. Hopefully they had a UVB, or this dragon somehow miraculously did not get metabolic bone disease, and I'm not really sure how. We're going to get rid of all of this. We're going to dump this sand. We're going to get rid of these logs. We're going to probably not throw a hammock in, but maybe we'll throw in a larger, because I want to quarantine in this tank, because this is the tank he's, is used to. Don't want to shock him, throw him into a new tank. So what I'll end up doing is wiping the tank down. I'll probably put an MVB bulb, because that will give the heat and the UV straight down. I'll just use a spring chain to keep it on the lid, and we'll just put in a larger hide, and we'll put in a water bowl. Hide will go under the mercury vapor bulb. I don't know the side, doesn't really matter, and probably over here. That way that thermostat that works can be ambient temp. And then a water dish over there. They did come with a water dish. This water dish, actually a pretty sweet water dish, except it's pretty big for this tank. I mean, look at it. It's going to take up almost half of the tank, 30%, 33%, so 1/3 of the tank. So this has been the first video of the new rescue, guys. In the second video, we're going to look at the bearded dragon. We're going to see what's wrong with the bearded dragon, get it cleaned up, taken care of. I can tell you right now, the nails are overgrown. It's going to be a lot of work. These are huge nails, and this dragon had real wood to climb on. Huge nails. We're going to check for stuck shed. We're going to check for clogged femoral pores if it's a male, because we're going to sex this dragon. And I'll show you how to sex a bearded dragon. There's basically 3 things we'll look at. We can 100% know the sex. And he or she's real dusty right now, so we'll get that all fixed. Take care. See you guys in the next video. We got a new rescue series, guys. Thank you guys for supporting my reptile rescue family.